Okay, greetings, citizens. Just guys arrived back to 999999999. Anyway, okay, I think I figured out how this game works. So I didn't actually need to play through all this. Basically, I think how the game works is you need to. Now that we, I guess, have gotten an ending that requires one of these locks, these keys. This is just me spitballing. Are now going to appear on the screen. So even though we got an ending already, I guess that one doesn't fucking count for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, so I started this part because it had the first key thing, and I just chose opposite. And then when I looked at the menu again, the key was open, and so then I just skipped ahead to down here, which is where we are now. And so I'm thinking, all right, I think, what was this? 7-door, all right. Door. Okay, so we want to choose the whatever's not 7 or 3. I think if we choose this, I don't know if we're gonna play it obviously, but I wonder if we even need to play it or if it'll just automatically choosing that will unlock this path. I think that's my theory as to how this game works as far as like endings and stuff. And it isn't, and it's like it's not a matter of choices, but it's like kind of like delivering information to you the player, and like you can't do or see certain things until the game like has you acknowledge to the game that you have seen certain things, if that makes sense. That's my theory. Anyway, that's it. You're thinking of you can't choose 3. If you do this, what's it gonna be? 7 or 8 time to choose. After thinking over this one is door 8. Okay, fine. Alright, I choose door 8. Okay, 8 it is. Yeah. Alright then, that means June's gotta go through 7. Huh? Why? June's face was blank and confused. Santa muttered to himself and turned to Junpei. Junpei, you figured it out, right? Can you explain it to her? Okay, so June, if we want all 6 of us to go through a door... Junpei chose his words carefully. When Junpei finally finished, June looked as though she was about to cry. Oh no. You're saying we aren't going to see each other again for a long time. Dots. Junpei felt just as June did. He wanted to be at her side through whatever trials they were preparing to face. But he knew if they were to survive, he would swallow his feelings, and for a second them, blah blah blah. And look, June, hey, come on, you're gonna make it sound like it's just like those and these and those and these, probably, hopefully. Shabba-dooby touch tension, shabba-dooby touch tension, promise. Yawn. Clover and I will both go into separate groups. 7, Clover, whatever. Alright, I'll go then. Effective doors. Okay, so Snake is looking pretty sus, because we're pretty sure now, I'm saying it, that, Santa's her real brother, so. For a long moment, they stood in front of the door. Are you ready? Are you ready? Yeah, okay, then shall we go? It's open, along our hallway, okay, hurry. Bracelets beeped, detonators. He looked to his wife, he looked to her, he kissed her. They lived happily ever after. Beep 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 boop 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 pop 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 ba da pop da ba da dee pop boop ba da pop pop ba da dee pop boop beep boop 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 pop ba da dee pop pop ba da dee pop boop boop kissy kissy mwah. Phew, it stopped. With a shaking hand, she wiped a few beads of sweat from her forehead. Clover, however, was calm, aloof, perhaps. Oh, Angelus muttered to herself with that emotion, and began to walk down the hallway, leaving a confused Junpei and Lotus. Lotus watched the girls receding back with a mixture of frustration and curiosity. What an unpleasant girl. But she is not very popular with the boys. Her sarcasm seemed a little more biting than was perhaps necessary, but she sighed and started after the younger girl. Maybe pairing these two together was a mistake. Too late now, I'd better catch up to them. After taking a moment to catch his breath, Junpei followed. It's a dead end. The hallway made a number of turns before at last coming to a dead end. There's a door on the left, though. For a few minutes, they stood in front of the door, examining it. Above the door was a plate that read the word laboratory engraved on it. A laboratory, huh? That doesn't sound very pleasant. I don't like the look of this place. Me either, but there. Oh yeah, I wanted to check this. Did it work? No. Okay, maybe when we get down here it'll open. If not, then I don't know how this game works. Wait. No, no, this one is open now. I was right. So I might not need to play through this. I mean, I'm gonna, but I might. Okay, so I was correct. What is the point of having these keys? I'm guessing that these are like flags, I guess. And when you get to a lock, it'll check if you have certain flags. Like this one will check if you've gone. This is supposed. I mean, so presumably you need to go all the way down this. This one will check if you've seen everything. So like we know, like for instance, I wonder why this has the no key on it, because these are not choices. This is interesting. Let's just Junpei, huh? Please you first. Junpei suspected her politeness was motivated by something other than respect. Ugh, fine. Junpei muttered to himself and pushed the iron door. His first steps inside were tentative and careful, but as he examined the room, it became clear that there was no imminent danger. Lotus followed him in, and Clover brought up the rear. The room they found themselves in was divided into two separate areas by a curved wall. Interesting. A thick glass window built into that wall made it possible to see into the other side of the division. You know, I think the window looks into another room. Maybe it's for monitoring something. Junpei walked to the window and looked through the looking glass. What the hell? Wasn't sure what else to say. It's a robot. In the center of a room shaped like a quarter circle, a mannequin lay on what looked like a medical exam table. That looked so creepy. Junpei jumped a little. He hadn't noticed Lotus come up. He hadn't noticed Lotus come up next to him. It's kind of like that doll is waiting for surgery. This is that laboratory, right? I'd say it's more like it's waiting to be experimented on. Oh, it's creepy either way. You don't think that thing is going to suddenly it up or something, do you? Well, I don't know. I mean, look at all those cables sticking out of it. It doesn't look like any are sticking out of it unless they're on the head. If you press the wrong button, I don't know. Stop it. Just thinking about it is terrifying. He was gripping her arms, the knuckles on her hands white. Wait, where's Clover? She was still standing near the entrance of the room, very sad. Dots. Her face had the appearance of calm, but it was drawn and somehow sad. All of her expressions are drawn. She's a drawing. What are you doing? That's a silly thing to say. What is she? She's a girl, you silly fool. There was something almost pitiful about her. Junpei walked over to her and, as kindly as he could, spoke. Are you okay? Clover looked away. What are you talking about? What? I'm just worried about you. You've been real quiet. What? I can't be quiet if I want to? Well, I mean, of course you can. Okay then, if I can be quiet if I want, just leave me alone, okay? Come on, you know I can't do that. We gotta work together, and you're a waifu to my self-insert. We gotta have, interactions. Clover bit her lip and was silent for a moment, and suddenly, Junpei, you just don't get it. Her cry took Junpei by surprise, and he stumbled backward a few steps, alarmed. My brother's not the kind of person who'd just leave me behind. Something happened to him. Something bad. Thoughts? Junpei had nothing to say. Lotus jolted from her mannequin nightmares by Clover's voice turned toward them. What happened? Clover's eyes slid to Lotus, then back to Junpei. Look, just don't bother me, okay? Leave me alone. Finished, she turned it around. Before Junpei or Lotus could say anything, Clover had begun to walk quickly away. Hey, wait, Clover. Hold on, that way is. I told you to leave me alone. He might as well have been talking to a wall for all the notice she took of his cries. Not even slowing down, she made for a doorway caught in the wall in front of her. Without even slowing down, she passed through the doorway. Clover, Watch out above you! And without warning, an iron gate fell from the ceiling like a portcullis, sealing Clover in. What the heck? What's going on here? Clover grabbed hold of the iron bars and shook them as hard as she could. Hang on, I'll get it open. For crying out loud. You'll never do it on your own. Junpei grabbed the bars and pulled. In a moment, Lotus joined him. The three of them pulled as hard as they could, but... Dots. Damn it, it's not moving. Wait, are you just gonna give up, just like that? No, I'm not giving up. This has gotta be another one of Zero's puzzles. If it is, then there's gotta be a way to open it. Junpei nodded. Just what I was thinking. Now all we've gotta do is find it. Lotus and I can look around here. Clover, you're gonna have to see if you can find anything in there. Oh, yes, I'm on it. Oh god, are we in the Danganronpa morgue? Hurry. Junpei, do something, please. Quick, figure out how I'm gonna get out of here. I mean, is anything actually happening, or... A window made of really thick glass. I don't think a bullet could break it. A silver handrail. Ooh. Ethanol. Ethanol, whatever it says. And power cleaner made of erase marks up by permanent marker. Interesting. Do I have to like open each? I guess that's all there is. What? A bunch of steel blockers and red lights. So we can use a try. Lock died all night. If I wonder if there's anything important in there. Yeah, probably. Keyboard. The keyboard. This is the computer. The power isn't on. Well, there is a power button. This is a waste of time. What? I don't see a power cable. Oopsie, I write no power on the main computer. It's a monitor, keyboard, mouse, but just the power doesn't do anything. I don't know about that, huh? What? The mouse. The keyboard. What are you... Lotus, what are you talking about? No, I wanted to click the wires underneath it. It does not seem like it's gonna let me do that, though. What's this? There's a lot of stuff here. I don't know how I could use any of these. Well, yeah, one of these is which one? The one on top, I think it's a power cable. Power cable, huh? Oh, I'll take that. Very good. Off on. So this is a keyhole. Looks like a activation key. A keyhole. This is a really old type of keyboard. It's a monitor. Alright, let's get out of here. There are two levers here. Why don't you try to give it a try? They do nothing, right? Of course. Alright, well, let's go back over here with our cord. Monitor doesn't have power cable, so alright, huh? Well, shoot, I can't use this. What's wrong? This cable has 3 prongs, but the socket only has 2 holes. It's not going to fit, is what I'm saying. In other words, we're going to find a plug. That's right. Great. Does it go to the... Does it go to this one, maybe? Somehow? I don't know. Looks like electrically is locked. That's the door to the exit. Alright. Nope, this isn't going anywhere. No dice won't open. I mean, that's about as much as I expected. I don't think the door lets me open easily. These are the stairs I just came down. The bars are quite above me. I wonder what this is. Things like, gosh, so many dials. Why don't you try turning one of them? No, nothing. There's no power, guys. And not hold on, especially even after all the switches. Is that a water fountain? There's weird colored stains all over. The clover, power cables. What do you mean? I don't know what you're going to look. Just gonna crouch down to the cable monitor. It's got 2 other little metal things. What does that mean? That's it. Okay, you unplug the cable and bring it over here. Okay, but I can unplug it, but it's connected to the main computer. I can't take it over to you. Damn it, that's no good then. Well, but just like what? The plug? Well, maybe it's more a connector. It's the sort of thing that makes the plug with 3 metal things. 2 metal things still use it. No, not use it at all. It's like uses. Okay, hold on for a little bit and back down she goes. Alright, unplugged. I'll hand it to you guys if the bar is okay. It's just like an examination table. I guess the drain is for water, nothing here. I don't know what kind of table this is. Yeah, sure, there's a permanent marker. Raising permanent marker. Give me a minute, I'll be right back. Oh, wait. What are the tables? If I could find something to get rid of the ink, I can know to play. I do. Through the bars? Fine. God damn. Clover, use this ethanol you should be able to wash permanent ink. What am I going to wipe with? Oh, well, your clothes, of course. Haha, kidding, just kidding. Just look at me now, you're scaring me. Anyway, wipe with permanent. Look, Clover, right now, there's a moment. You're the only person we can ever know you need to do with this. Eagle, you trust me. I feel kind of special. Toki, Toki. Hey, Clover, and she's wandering on the table. I don't think she even knows we're calling her. What? Did we get the cord or not? Clover, can you use the cloth on the table? Use cloth, second ethanol, whatever, it's all good ethanol. Rails, she got the cloth, she seems to be having a little trouble with the bottle of ethanol. When she's ready, I should actually get to work on that stuff on the table. Suck the ethanol and... Hey, it's working, it's wiping the permanent ink off, huh? There's some kind of weird drawing under all the permanent ink. What's the deal with that drawing Clover found? Maybe I should ask her to take another look at the table. Why? What this is, there are a bunch of numbers, some kind of green. I can't see from your Clover, you got a pen and notebook, right? Could you... Okay, Roger. Okay, but where's the cord? It's a rack. There are a bunch of cables. Somebody cut the iron. I can see the wires inside. Clover is holding the two-prong plug, but she's just wandering around the table. I think she's forgotten about the plug. The machine, well, I don't know. You know, there's a bunch of cords. She's a lot of cords. So basically, what are they doing? Man, what are they doing? What they're doing? Experiment on humans, probably. Oh man, now she looks at, huh? Honey. Okay. Anything else here? There's... Alright, go back over here. Go over here, Junpei. I wrote on all the numbers. Paper with the numbers acquired. New materials been added to the files. Here you go. The two-prong plug. Thanks. The two-prong plug. Yeah. Okay, put the plug together now. We'll use the computer. Computer powered. Use the power of the computer. Under the desk I go, yeah, we went under, we went down on the computer, yeah, why not? What's to make a computer pretty optimistic. Okay, push the button in front of the monitor, oh, that worked. What a soft hum, it turned on. Updating ref file, make dire, make BC, 27.3 sec, start. Streams of letters that made no sense to Junpei began to scroll across the screen. What? He had hoped it would turn on, but he hadn't expected this. Oh, it's running on its own. It certainly looks like it. Isn't that kind of weird? What? Well, it's not connected to the main computer, right? There's just this keyboard and monitor. The only cable connected to this thing is the power cable we just plugged in. So why is it working? Maybe it's a wireless display. Clearly, this was a reasonable explanation to Lotus. Wireless display? Yes, that connects to your computer wirelessly. That's the name. Have you been living in a cave, Junpei? He most certainly had not, but is that normal? Yes, at least where I work. Huh? Oh, it stopped. Pass with a colon. It looks like we need to enter a password. Again, there must be interpreter somewhere. Could you take a look? Yeah, I'm on it. What are you going to do? I'll see if I can do something about this on my own. On your own? Yep, on my own. Lotus? Lotus pulled over the nearest chair and dropped herself onto it, in front of the keyboard. Was Lotus secretly an office lady? For a second she stared at the screen. She netted her hands, knuckles popping, and twisted her back left and right. Alright, let's kick some ass. Lotus smiled to herself and rubbed her hands together in anticipation. This fucking CG, what the hell? Before Junpei had time to blink, she was typing at incredible speed, the click-clack of the keys running together like machine gun fire. What? Junpei was, for once, at a loss for words. Didn't expect that, did you? Of course I didn't! Typing so fast, I can't even see your fingers. What kind of job did you have? What are you? I am unemployed at the moment. I used to work for a cybersecurity firm, but I quit. Why? Lotus blinked. It was just something. She stopped typing for a moment and her face fell. I see. This was not an avenue of questioning to be pursued, Junpei realized and quickly shut his mouth. Lotus' fingers began to move again, and in a few seconds she was back up to speed as she typed more letters and symbols that meant nothing to Junpei began to go across the screen. What are you doing now? I'm going to try and brute force it. What? A brute force attack is, well, the short version is that I just attacked the thing head on, the long version. Without looking up or slowing down, she began to explain. Brute force attack is one of the simplest ways to break a cipher. It checks every possible combination until it finds the right one. For a complex cipher, it can take a very long time. I'm writing a program that would run an attack like that on its own. It's not the most elegant solution, certainly. But given the circumstances, there isn't much else I can do. Even as she talked, her fingers never slowed or missed a key. Junpei couldn't help but feel a little odd. Oh, but back to what we were talking about earlier. What we were talking about? The wireless display. It's kind of strange if you think about it, isn't it? Huh? How do I put it? Well, let's say you write a program that calculates an addition problem for you, alright? So you enter 1 plus 1. The screen will show you 2. See, isn't that strange? No, not really? Oh, come on now. Of course a caveman like you would think it was strange. You just said so a minute ago. Huh? You're just not getting it, are you? Who calculated 1 plus 1? The main computer, right? You said it's connected to the monitor wirelessly. Yeah, but someone who grew up in a cave wouldn't know that, right? They'd probably think this thing here, the monitor, is doing the calculating. And once they've decided that, they'll start examining this monitor. They might poke the screen or something. I see the color changes when I press it here. Then they might investigate the hardware on the inside. Oh, I see. So this wire supplies power. Eventually, they might even cut the wires. Ah, yes, just as I expected. When this wire is cut, no results appear. Therefore, it must be this device which does the calculations. But the truth is, just like you said, the computer is doing the calculating. But these cave people wouldn't know that, because they have no idea that the monitor and the computer are connected wirelessly. Lotus continued to type. Junpei scratched his head. So, what are you trying to say? Nothing, really. It's just, I thought, maybe. What if the relationship between human beings and our brains is like that? What? The scientists examining the signals they send out might say, interesting, so stimulating this part of the brain causes this person to see colors. That must mean this neuron cluster controls this function. Okay, let's see what happens if I cut this part. Ah, just what I thought. Cutting off this part causes that function to cease. Therefore, human thought processes must occur in the human brain. See, doesn't it sound the same? Maybe the brain is just an output device, like this monitor. Maybe our thought processes actually occur somewhere else, in a main body. We just don't know it. We never even think about it. Just like those cave people wouldn't know about wireless communications. This is getting crazy. I can't imagine that there's some unknown medium that transfers information into our brains, where we experience that information as thoughts. Oh man, this shit is deep, lady. Junpei didn't say anything. Not so much because he had no retort. No, her argument just seemed silly, and he was a little surprised to be hearing something like it from someone like her. Really? Brain is just an output device. Human thought actually occurs somewhere else. Haha, that's just crazy talk. Lotus really think that, he wondered. It was a little creepy, Junpei thought. It sounded altogether too much like a bizarre. I mean, it just sounds like a religion, period. Maybe that's the cause of Seven's amnesia. Oblivious to Junpei's increasing discomfort, Lotus continued. If memory is actually stored somewhere else, in some sort of main body somewhere, maybe he hasn't forgotten anything at all. He's just having a difficult time accessing his memories because the monitor, his brain, has been damaged. I suppose. That would explain aphasia and blindsight, too. Perhaps they actually can speak or see. The monitor just isn't functioning properly. I guess people with prosopagnosia could be suffering from the same thing. Wait a minute. What? He knew what aphasia was from watching medical dramas on TV, and blindsight was easy enough to guess, but he'd never heard the word prosopagnosia before. What? You've never heard of prosopagnosia? Lotus spun around in her chair to look at him. Junpei just shrugged and shook his head. No, what is it? Well, put simply, it's a condition where the mind can't distinguish between human faces. In other words, my face would look the same as Clover's or even yours. But I can't remember faces, which is how most people recognize each other. That means that people with prosopagnosia have trouble recognizing even people they're close to. Usually, they can make do by associating people with other things. Their voices, their clothes, their hair. Okay, so Clover has this, and that's why she doesn't know Snake from Santa, right? Is that gonna be the... Does that mean other people's faces look like blanks? No, I don't think so. You've seen monkeys like in a zoo, right? To you and me, all the monkey faces look the same. Even though they've obviously got faces, it's almost impossible for a human to distinguish between them. The zoo staff that worked with them would learn to identify different monkeys eventually, but you or I couldn't unless one had a scar or something else to set it apart. That's how people would be to someone with prosopagnosia. Prosopagnosia, huh? I didn't even know that kind of thing existed. Everybody did his best to act as though the entire lecture hadn't gone entirely. I mean, to put it another way, let's say, for those of you out there who maybe are also having trouble with the, I think this was a fine explanation, but here's maybe an example you could get more easily. Say you are the owner of some dogs or cats, and they're of the same breed. You will undoubtedly learn the difference between them, and you will be able to tell them apart, almost certainly. But other people, I mean, unless they're like very obvious difference, they will be like, hey, those dogs look the same. You know, it's that kind of thing. And what were we talking about? The idea that your brain is just an output device, like a monitor. Are you serious about that stuff? Not really. I was just kidding for about half of it. What about the other half? Well, I guess I was just adulting. How lewd. Not funny. Lotus's smile had something rather masochistic to it. It's nothing more than a story I made up out of boredom. Don't take it so seriously. Did you mean sadistic? Or does she like getting him mad to... Which one do you mean? What? Huh? It was the first thing that came to mind, and I just talked about it to kill time. But it looks like I don't need to talk anymore. Why? I don't have to kill time any longer. As she spoke, Lotus raised her right arm high and brought it down on the Enter key. Can you finish that brute whatever thing? I certainly did, and let's see what we got. Chunks of text flickered on and off in quick succession, and then a line of numbers appeared, blinked, and disappeared. The screen cleared, and all that was left was the word accepted. Piece of cake. Lotus would clearly have patted herself on the back if it would not have made her look entirely ridiculous. After a few seconds, the accepted disappeared to be replaced with 9 squares arranged in a 3x3 square. The screen changed again. What the hell is that? No idea. It looks like a puzzle. Suddenly, Lotus stood up. Alright, you're up. Aren't you gonna, I don't know, do more computer stuff? I can't do anymore. It won't let me do any more programming. See, the keyboard... Nothing. So there's nothing more I can do. Well, I guess I'll leave this to you then, Junpei. What? Let me take a break, alright? I did my part. Well, I wasn't sure what to say to that. She certainly had done her part. In fact, without Lotus, they probably would have run completely aground. I shouldn't rely on other people so much, Junpei thought to himself. I guess you're right. Thanks, Lotus. No problem. Make sure you know when you should thank people. Now I better take care of this myself. No more relying on anyone else. Junpei crossed his arms and stared at the puzzle shown on the screen. And we'll solve it next time on 9 Doors, 9 Persons in 9 Hours. However, until then, I'm afraid this is just going to have to be... well...